Hey, what's good, YouTube? It's Team Rocket again. Bring you guys a deck profile today. I wasn't really planning on doing this. I was going to wait until after the ban list kicks in on September 1st to show you guys a deck that I was going to play, but I won locals today with this, and it's kind of a fun deck, so I figured I'd show you guys this one. Basically, it's going to be heroes. It's not the just straight Gemini stuff you see at all the YCS, but it is. I guess it's a little bit similar, but it's got some fun tech, and you'll see what I'm talking about when I get to it. This is obviously not the tech. Stratos, yeah, it's a hero deck. Yeah, play Stratos. The beaters, 3 alias, work with the sparks and hero blasts. We'll get to that too. He also serves another kind of fun purpose in the deck, making his name Neos. You have 3 Prisma. Now what the Prismas are going to do is they're going to dump these 3 cards. Ocean for the water target, and 2 Neos. And you'll see as the deck goes on what the Neos are really for. And that's really actually the linchpin of the deck. You get Neos in the graveyard, and good things happen from there. We have an Honest. There's 6 lights that you're going to summon, so that's good. And then Gores, obviously. I was playing the Mech Lord, YuGiOh instead of this, but since I don't play Torrential, it's just hard to get that off. It's not really consistent. There's no dynamic in here like Scraps or something where I can destroy my own stuff. So just wait for my opponent to Dark Hole. It wasn't working out. So I went with Gores. On for the spells. We've got 4 Reinforcement of the Armies. Not 5, just 4. Basically, extra copies of Stratos. That's really what you're going to get with this. After you get Stratos, I mean, your options pretty much you're going to get Prisma or Alias, depending on whether or not you have a Gemini Spark in your hand. Then you have 3 Spark. Only 3 Spark with 3 Spark with just 3 Gemini, because I run Hero Blasts and so many E-Calls, and with Stratos I can get the Gemini pretty much whenever I need it. So there's never really a problem with this being a dead draw. Future Fusion, use the new Vision Heroes and you can just dump whatever you want. That's really helpful. Miracle Fusion, the heart and soul of the deck. It's just so good, especially as a top deck late game. Absolute Zero, save your ass. 1 Polymerization, you end up with some heroes in your hand like the Neos, and this is a good way to just get rid of them. And with, like I said, the Vision Heroes, you can just kind of make anything, or you can make either of them. It doesn't really matter what's in your hand. As long as they're heroes, you can just make one. Dark Hole, Reborn, Trunade, 2 MST. Those cards don't really need an explanation. These are 2 of the fun cards, the tech. Cited these out almost every time. I never saw the Wrath of Neos, actually. It is really cool, though, when you do draw it. Bring out a Prisma. Dump a Neos with Prisma's effect, activate this, send the Prisma back to the deck, and destroy all cards on the field. Then you follow it up with a Miracle Fusion or the Oversoul, and then you got a beater and a clear field, and you just start wrecking from there. So it's kind of a fun play. Like I said, though, I almost always sided it out because it's not very consistent. Now for the traps. This is the fun right here. My phone being summoned. Hero Blast gets you either the Alias if you need it, or if you need a little extra damage, it springs back the Neos, which means you can destroy any monster on the field with 2,500 or less attack. So, I mean, that's just huge. You can use it to break up their synchro plays before they happen, or just any card that's causing you problems. You get Thunder Kings with this a lot, because the deck does like to search. We have 2 Regeki breaks. With the Heroes Blasts, you end up getting the Neos in your hand, and you can't really do anything with them from there. You just kind of get stuck. So that's really what these are for, just to get that out. And I side deck the Super Polys, so you can discard for the cost on Super Poly too, just to something you can use those normal monsters for once you get them in your hand. The Brigade, and then finally one Bribe. I had an extra deck spot and decided that putting all the effort into making a fusion and then having it get compulsed sucks. so I didn't want that to happen as often. Dark Bribe really helps, and this is, I think, going to be a staple come next format because of Heavy Storm. You want to be able to set your cards still and control the game, but you don't want to get Heavy Storm. So this, keeps you from basically being a bad player. I mean, you could set this and 3-4 more cards, whatever you need, probably just 3 more cards, and keep yourself from getting screwed. I also stop like gateways and stuff with this. That's always helpful. So that's the main deck. Like I said, the big plays, you just want to get Prism out on the field and start dumping stuff. Once you dump the Ocean or the Neos, you can either Miracle Fusion right there or set yourself up for the hero's last plays later on. Now for the extra deck, if you consider yourself an E-hero, duelist, or player, and anything in here is a surprise, you should probably reconsider the deck you play, because this is all pretty much standard. 3 Shining, 3-0. These are basically what you're going to bring out with the Miracle Fusion. They're awesome. These did some work today. I ran into some skill drain stuff, and these don't really care. They're just beaters, and they get their effects anyway. Gaia, I don't run any Earths, but he's a super poly target for when I side those in. These are the Prisma material stuff in here. The Neos Knight, we're going to send Neos. Terraformer for Ocean. That's it for those. And then the Vision Heroes, Adoration, and Trinity. I almost always Future Fusion for the Trinity, so I can get the Neos and some Prismas and stuff in the graveyard just as fast as possible. And the Adoration's for the polymerization. If you get 2 Neos in your hand or some other stuff you can't use, it's a good beater. It's a dark, so you don't have to worry about. People like to bring out Canister against this deck, and the dark helps. Another super poly, Dragon Knight. Side deck Cyber Dragons. You never know, some people leave Cyber Dragon and like a card trooper on the field or something dumb. Utopia helped today. I had a bunch of a bunch of heroes and didn't have anything to fuse them with, and my opponent had Beater out. I forget what it was. It was like a Junk Warrior or something. They had jacked the attack up, so I was able to drop this and stall for a little bit until I got what I needed. It's kind of nice. It'll be good against Gravity Bind when people start playing Gravity Bind, because it's an awful card. I don't know. Just don't play Gravity Bind, but if you do run into somebody playing it, you're going to want this, just because it gets around. These are ranks, not levels, so you don't have to worry about that. And then, just in case I stole a tuner or something, Canister, just a good card to have. That's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think, and that's it for the hero deck. Alright, thanks.